Hey everyone, Sterling here, and in this video I wanted to share how to create this really fun crochet bolero or shrug. I put all the timestamps down below if you want to move along to any part of the video, and I also have the full tutorial on my blog, which is linked in the description box below. Also, if you're totally new to crochet and you want all of the basics in one place, you should definitely check out my new online school where I just launched a crochet program. I'm going to be sharing some live sessions later on next month in August. And those are going to be only exclusively for everyone in the program. So definitely check that out, linked in the description box below. And I'm going to be closing it later on next month for the rest of the year. So definitely check that out and let's get started. So to get started, I'm using an 8mm hook, and I'll link all of the yarns that I'm using in the description box below, and we'll also have them all on my blog. So feel free to head to my blog, and that's going to be linked in the description box as well. I'm going to create 52 foundation double crochet. To do this, I'm going to work a slip knot, then chain 3, now I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into that first chain, and now instead of working that double crochet as usual, to make that foundation double crochet, we're going to work that foundation row as well as the double crochet at the same time, saving a lot of time and giving this first row a lot of stretch. So to do this, we're going to yarn over and pull through just that first loop, then yarn over and pull through just that first loop again, and this is our chain 1. Now we're going to work our double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And so now what you can see is we've got that first chain 3 we worked, 1, 2, 3, and then we also have this second double crochet here with that foundation chain. So we're going to continue working those steps for 52 foundation double crochet in total, and you can work more or less here depending on what size you're making. I'm making about a small medium, so you can feel free to work more or less foundation double crochet, and this is made to measure, so I'll show you how to try on your work and measure as you go. So yarn over, insert your hook into that first chain again, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, pull through just that first loop, working that chain 1, then work our double crochet as usual by yarning over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. I'll show you one more time. Yarn over, insert your hook into that first loop, yarn over, pull through, work that chain 1 by yarning over and pulling through just that first loop, then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm going to go ahead and work 52 foundation double crochet and then join back up with me. Now I worked 52 foundation double crochet. So to end out this row, I'm going to work a slip stitch into that beginning third chain, and I'm going to work underneath both that front and back loop here, then yarn over, pull through that chain and the loop on my hook, working that slip stitch. And for your foundation double crochet row, you want to make sure that the number of stitches that you're working are divisible by 4. So I made 52 foundation double crochet, and now I'm going to divide 52 divided by 4, which equals 13. And I'm going to place stitch markers in each 13th stitch. So for the back here, I am not going to mark the exact back, but I'm going to mark it on the sides. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put my stitch marker into that 7th stitch here. Then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and put my stitch marker into that 13th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Put my stitch into that stitch marker into that 13th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Put my stitch marker into that 13th stitch. So now I'm going to count and make sure that there's 13 stitches in between these two stitch markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. Make sure that our work is not twisting or anything, and mark each corner of our work here. And into each of these stitch markers that we place, we are going to work an increase. So now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn my work and work 1 double crochet into each stitch until I get to my stitch marker. And that first chain 3 is going to count as our first double crochet. Work 1 double crochet in each stitch. And then when we get to our stitch marker, take it out and work 2 double crochet into that same stitch. So 1 and 2. And I'm going to go ahead and put that stitch marker into that second stitch here. And then continue working 1 double crochet in each stitch. Until I get to the next stitch marker. Now in this stitch marker, I'm going to work 2 double crochet and this time I'm going to put my stitch marker into that first double crochet that I worked here in that stitch. Continue working 1 double crochet in each stitch until I get to that next stitch marker. Now into that next stitch marker, I'll work 2 double crochet and I'm going to put my stitch marker into that second stitch here. And then work 1 double crochet in each stitch till I get to the next stitch marker. Then at this next stitch marker, I'm going to work 2 double crochet again and put my stitch marker into that first stitch. So basically I'm just making sure that my stitch markers are spaced nice and evenly here so that I'll continue to increase evenly. Now to end out this round, I'm going to slip stitch into that top chain 3, into the top of that chain 3. Now I'm going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Turn my work. And then I'm going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch until I get to my stitch marker again. And when I get to each stitch marker, I'm going to work 2 double crochet again, just like I did in the last row. And my stitch marker was in that second stitch, so I'm going to keep it into that second stitch. So I'm just going to keep my stitch markers in the same placement as I did in the last row, and I'm going to continue repeating these steps all the way around. So now I'm at the end of the round, so I'm going to join with a slip stitch at the beginning chain 3, and now I'm going to change out my yarn to this really pretty wool yarn. So I'm going to trim this yarn, then bring in this new yarn, then chain 3, turn my work, and I'm going to go ahead and weave in the ends because I like to weave in my ends as I work so that I don't have a lot of ends to weave in at the end. So let me go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to work a double crochet in each stitch around. Until I get to my stitch marker. Now I'm at my stitch marker. So I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna work 2 double crochet here in that same stitch. Then I'm gonna chain 2 and work 2 more double crochet into that same stitch. And this is basically working a corner. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my stitch marker back into that chain 2 space this time. And then continue working double crochet into each stitch until I get to the next marker. All right, so now I'm at that next stitch marker. And so now I'm gonna work that same thing I did in my other stitch marker. I'm gonna work 2 double crochet, chain 2, and work 2 more double crochet into that same stitch. And I'm going to continue repeating these same steps all the way around. So I'm just going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch, and then in each corner stitch I'm going to work 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet all into that stitch. And when you get all the way around, join back up with me. So to end out that round, I substitch into the top of the beginning chain 3. Now I'm going to chain 3 again, turn my work, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch. And in the corner, chain 2 spaces that we left our markers in, we're going to work our corners again. So work 1 double crochet in each stitch until you get to your corner chain 2 space. Now I'm at the corner chain 2 space. So I'm going to work 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet all into that same corner chain 2 space. And I'm going to leave out my stitch markers this time. And I'm just going to continue to repeat those same steps all the way around. So join me when you get to the end of the round. And I'm going to end out this round with a slip stitch in that top beginning chain 3. And now I'm going to tie off and connect this beautiful tangerine cotton yarn. Bring it in. And I'm going to tie off. And for this next round, I'm going to chain 4. Turn my work. Then I'm going to skip 1 stitch and I'm going to work a double crochet in that next stitch. Then I'm going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and work a double crochet in that next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, work a double crochet in the next stitch, and repeat those same steps. Chain 1, skip 1, work a double crochet in the next stitch, repeating those same steps until I get to this corner stitch. So now I'm going to skip one, work a double crochet into that next stitch, and then I'm going to chain one. And in this very corner stitch here, I'm going to work a double crochet and then I'm going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I'm going to fold my piece in half and I'm going to work a double crochet into that chain 2 space directly across from our work. So I've got my 12 chains here, and then I worked a double crochet into that chain 2 space directly opposite. And this is going to be an armhole. And this is going to be an armhole. So I'm going to try this on in a moment and make sure it fits properly. And you can feel free to work more or less chains so that this fits around your arm properly. I'm going to turn my work, chain 1, skip 1, and work a double crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat that same pattern across until we get to that next corner space. So now I'm at this next corner space, so I'm going to work my double crochet into that chain 2 space. Then I'm going to chain 12. Then I'm going to work a double crochet into that chain 2 space across. Working that second armhole, turn my work, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, then work a double crochet into the next stitch. And I'm going to repeat that, chain 1, skip 1, and work a double crochet into the next stitch until I get to the beginning of my round. Now I'm at the beginning of my round, and I'm going to slip stitch into that beginning 3rd chain here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to slip stitch into that 3rd chain. And feel free to try on your work here and make sure that it fits nicely before you continue, and make any adjustments that you need. If you need to chain more chains here at the armhole, or go back and work more stitches in your rows. And for this next round, I'm going to chain 4, turn my work, and that chain 4 is going to count as a double crochet and chain 1 space. And I'm going to repeat the same steps as the last round. So I'm going to skip this next chain 1 space and work a double crochet in that next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, and work a double crochet in that next stitch. And these double crochets are lining up right above the double crochets of the previous round. So I'm going to continue that all the way around until I get to where my armholes are, where those chains are for the armholes. So I'm at this last double crochet before these chains here. So I'm going to work a double crochet into that stitch, and now in each of these chains I'm going to work 1 double crochet. So I'm not going to skip any chains here, and I'm not going to chain 1. I'm just going to work 1 double crochet into each of these chains. So for my arm here, I'm going to have 12 double crochet in total. So now I'm at this double crochet on the other side. So I'm going to work 1 double crochet into that stitch. Then I'm going to repeat that same pattern on this other side here of chain 1, skip that chain 1 space of the previous round, then work a double crochet into the next stitch. And I'm going to repeat that until I get to my other armhole. Now I'm at this last double crochet stitch before these chains on the other armhole. So I'm going to work my double crochet and chain 1 into that double crochet. And then I'm going to work 1 double crochet in each of these chains, just like I did on the other side. And I'm going to then continue with working 1 double crochet and then chain 1 and skip 1, chain 1 space on the other side, and repeat that all the way around until I get to the beginning of my round. So continue repeating those steps until you get to the end of this round. Now at the end of the round, I'm going to slip stitch into that beginning 3rd chain. And now I'm actually going to switch back to the same yarn that I was using in the beginning for the first 3 rows. And I'm going to bring that yarn in and trim off and tie off that orange yarn. I'm going to chain 3, turn my work, and then I'm going to work 1 double crochet into this chain 1 space of the previous round, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Work 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space of the previous round, and work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And now I'm going to repeat this pattern all the way around until I get to where that armhole is, working 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now, when I get to where the bottom of the arm is, I'm going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch of the previous round. Now I'm at the other side of the armhole, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet into that chain 1 space and work 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and continue that all the way around. And you're just going to simply repeat that pattern all the way around this round, working 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And in the stitches where the armhole is, you're going to simply work 1 double crochet into each stitch and join back up with me at the end of the round. And to finish out this round, I'm going to work a slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, then chain 3, turn your work, and work 1 double crochet in each stitch of the previous round. So you're just going to work 1 stitch in each stitch around and join back up with me when you get to the end of this round. To end out the round, work a slip stitch into the beginning chain 3. Then for rounds 10 and 11, I'm going to create a mesh motif. So I chain 4, turn my work, and that chain 4 will count as a double crochet and chain 1 space. Then skip 1 stitch and work a double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and work a double crochet into the next stitch. And repeat this all the way around for both rounds 10 and 11. Slip stitching into the beginning chain 3. Now for round 12, chain 1, and this doesn't count as a stitch. And work 1 single crochet into each stitch and chain 1 space around. Now I'm done with the bottom of the shrug, so I'm going to work on the sleeves now. I'm going to slip stitch into any one of these stitches along the bottom of the armhole and bring that yarn in. And connect that new yarn. Then I'm going to chain 2. And this is not going to count as a stitch. Then I'm going to work a half double crochet into each stitch along this armhole until I get to the corner of the armhole. Now I'm at the edge where along the first few chains here that were worked for this armhole. And this is the corner of our bolero here where we had the 2 double crochet. So what I'm going to do now is work a decrease in order to shape this armhole a little bit. And I'm going to work a half double crochet 2 together for this decrease into these next 2 spaces here. So this is the corner of that bolero edge, and this is the double crochet we worked into the edge of that armhole, and I'm going to work a half double crochet 2 together into those 2 spaces. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull through. Now I have 3 loops. Then I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook into that next space, yarn over, pull through, and I have 5 loops now. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of these loops. Then I'm just going to work 1 half double crochet into each of the rest of the stitches around until I get to that other corner edge of the sleeve. Alright, so now I'm at that other edge. We have the chain 2 space here, and then that double crochet that I worked along the edge of that sleeve. And now I'm going to work a half double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, insert the hook into that chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, and have 3 loops. Then yarn over and insert my hook around where that double crochet is at the edge of that sleeve. Yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Now I'm all the way around, so I'm going to slip stitch into that first chain 2. Now we have some nice shaping on that sleeve. Now I'm going to chain 3, turn my work, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet into each stitch around. And I did this for rounds 7 through 9 of the sleeve. So now I did that for 3 rows. For the next 2 rows, I'm going to switch to my orange yarn, and I'm going to chain 5. And this is going to count as a double treble. Then I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to work 1 double treble in each stitch. So I'm going to yarn over 3 times, insert my hook into that next stitch, then yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, making a really tall, nice stitch. So again, I'm going to yarn over 3 times, insert my hook into that next stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm going to continue to do that in each stitch all the way around. And I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 5. Then I'm going to work 1 more row of double treble crochet in each stitch. So I'm going to chain 5, turn my work, and work 1 double treble in each stitch around. So I worked 2 rows of the double treble, And now I'm going to slip stitch in some new yarn, and I am going to chain 3, turn my work, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch around this time. And I'm going to go ahead and do this for the next 3 rows. And I am going to go between working either 1 double crochet in each stitch, 1 double treble crochet in each stitch, or this mesh design, which was 1 double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. So you can go ahead and customize your sleeve at this point with those 3 different patterns. And when you get to row 28, join back up with me. For round 29, chain 1, turn your work, then single crochet in each stitch around. And I like to do this in a contrasting color to give it some pizzazz. Then tie off and weave in your ends. Now to finish off the top of the piece, I like to use that tail at the beginning of the piece to sew together that first stitch and last stitch of that first row. Then work the neckline collar simply by inserting your yarn into the back stitch here. Then chain as many chains as you like until that collar is as high as you like. For me, I worked 9 chains here. Then turn your work, and in the second chain from the hook, work a single crochet in each chain back across the row, working 8 single crochets in total. Then when you get back to the collar, slip stitch into the next 2 stitches here. Along the collar, turn your work and work a single crochet back across the row into the back loops only. And make sure to not work into those slip stitches along the collar here. I worked 8 single crochets in the back loop only here, back across the row, and this will give us a nice ribbed collar effect, which I think gives this piece a nice polished look. Then chain 1, turn your work, and work 1 single crochet in the back loop only, back across the row, working 8 single crochets here, slip stitch into the next 2 stitches along the collar, then repeat these steps all the way around and join back up with me once you get all the way around. Now to connect the first and last row, I like to work a single crochet in the back loop of that row we just worked and each chain from the first row, connecting these 2 rows together. So work 8 single crochet here. Then tie off and weave in the ends, and now we have a nice bolero. Well, let me know what you think of this tutorial in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the blog and sign up for my newsletter for more goodies. Also, if you're a total new crocheter and you want to dive deeper into crochet, join my online school as well. The link for that is in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next one.